Hello, my name is Dr. Jana Nalbandi and I work here at Avante Medical Center. And today I would like to talk about how to properly collect salivary testing for diagnostics. So the first thing I'd like to do is let's go through the test kit and talk about what's included. So let's go ahead and open this up. As with all test kits, there are instructions. It is very, very important, even though I'm going to go over the test kit today, that you read the instructions thoroughly prior to starting the test. Since you're going to be mailing this test kit out, there is a shipping label. This one goes through UPS. Of course, you should have the lab requisition. It should be completely filled out. Make sure you fill out your name, your address, and pertinent phone number, and that the proper test is checked off on the requisition. Also, I'd like to remind you that Diagnostech does not do any third-party billing. So you will be required to prepay prior to the test. So either you can include a check or you can put a credit card number down. The cost of the kit should be included on the lab requisition. Also included are the sample containers. This is salivary testing. Now this won't be a spit test. Diagnostech actually uses cotton swabs. They look very similar to the swabs or the cotton balls that your dentist will use. This is how you're going to collect the test. When you're through with the test, you're going to make sure that your saliva test samples are inside the test kit, along with your lab requisition, of which you're going to put your label on top before you're after you're through, and ship it. Okay, let's go through the actual testing itself. So there's a few things that you have to remember. There are restrictions to this test. So on the back of the test, if you take a look, it'll give you instructions on what to remove from your diet and what to avoid prior to starting this test. It will also explain to you how to actually properly collect your saliva. So as far as restrictions go, since this is salivary testing, you cannot be taking any hormones, i.e. sublingual hormones, or any hormones that actually dissolve in your mouth prior to the test. You will need to have stopped these 3 to 4 days prior to starting your salivary testing. So any type of sublingual hormones or any hormones that dissolve in your mouth, you have to stop. On the night before the test, of course, there will be nothing by mouth, including hormones, and 2, no antacids or any bismuth products such as Pepto-Bismol. On the day of the test, there are diet restrictions. Of course, and nobody likes to hear this, but you cannot drink or eat any caffeine on the day of your salivary collection. That would include coffee, that would include green and black tea, that would also include chocolate. So no caffeine on the day of the test. There are very specific vegetables that you have to avoid on the day of the test. All cruciferous vegetables. That would include cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and bok choy. You're also to avoid both garlic and onions. So do not eat these foods on the day of the test. Now, how to properly collect the test. If you are actually collecting all 4 cortisol tests, you're going to have to start with a fasting specimen. Now let me go ahead and bring the test tubes out. They're all marked. They don't have the times on them, but they have the time of the day. So let me go ahead and show one of these to you. Let's start with the morning. So this tube says morning fasting. So it's exactly what it's supposed to be. This is your fasting specimen. Now, if you look on your test instructions, for each one of the tests, and I know you can't see this with me talking, but it'll list the times you're to collect your morning specimen. So on morning fasting specimens, you can only collect the test between 6 and 8 a.m. On your noon specimen, and this is marked, you can only collect the specimen between 11 and 1 o'clock. The tightest collection time will be your afternoon, This can only be collected between 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And of course, if you're doing the 4 diurnal cortisols, the last one will be at midnight. And you can only collect this specimen between 10 o'clock and 11:59. It is very, very important that you collect these specimens between the times specified on the instructions. Make sure before you start your test, put your name and your birth date on all the collection tubes. So let's talk about actual collection itself. So it's very important to remember you cannot eat or drink anything except water 60 minutes prior to any one of these specimen collections. Prior to the actual collection, you're to rinse your mouth out with cold water. And it wants you to do this for at least 30 seconds. So again, nothing in your mouth 60 minutes prior to any one of these tests, and you're going to rinse your mouth out with water. One thing I'd like to mention is on the fasting or morning specimen, when you get up, do not brush your teeth. Again, toothpaste will interfere with the test. Okay, so let's start with the morning. You get up, no brushing of your teeth, nothing by mouth except water. You have not eaten anything. Go in, grab a glass of cold water, rinse your mouth out for 30 seconds, open up the tube here, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to place the cotton swab. And again, remember, you have washed your hands. Your hands are clean. You're going to take the cotton swab and you're going to put it in your mouth and you're going to put it underneath your tongue. And I'm going to demonstrate this. Okay. You need to allow this cotton swab to sit in your mouth until it's completely saturated with saliva. Completely saturated. You're going to pull it out and you're going to put it back in the tube and you're going to cap the tube back up. Every single specimen at the designated time for that specimen, and when you have completed the complete test, now remember this one is for either the ASI or the TAP. It has all 4 cortisols. You're going to put the test tubes in the plastic container, leave the orange absorption pad, put them in, seal it up, put it in the box, put your completed lab requisition back into the box, close it up, put your name on the front, put the label on properly, make sure that box is sealed, and drop it off at your nearest UPS drop box or station. Again, if you're unsure on how to perform the test, please read through the instructions clearly. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate in contacting the clinic. Thank you.